Good morning, everyone. Let me first start by saying that our officers are alive, and just for that, we are eternally grateful. Both were shot multiple times, and both are presently in stable condition at Chandler Regional Medical Center. And both officers were wearing their ballistic vests this morning. The names of the officers we're not going to release at this point because we still have family members that were notified. They're out of town, they're on their way in, so just out of respect for the family, they're not releasing their names right now. So this morning at 6:20 in the morning, Chandler officers were dispatched to a call regarding a trespass at the Walmart at 1175 South Arizona Avenue. A Walmart employee inside the store noticed a subject that they had previously trespassed. The subject was inside the store, so they called the police. Officers arrived, and as they approached the suspect turned and shot both officers multiple times. This morning's incident is yet another example of how dangerous the profession of policing can be. Our officers responded to what some may call a routine call, even though we realize there's no such thing as a routine call. But when they arrived, as they approached, they were shot multiple times within a matter of seconds. A seemingly routine call turned into a deadly encounter within a split second. At that point, the officers drew their guns and they shot and they killed the suspect. And at this point, I cannot really begin to express how proud I am of our officers. They acted heroically this morning. They relied on their training, on their experience, on their equipment, and they relied on each other to survive this deadly encounter. I'm also very proud of our responding officers who arrived, maintained the scene, and provided life-saving efforts to their co-workers using tourniquets and trauma kits. I'm also very proud of our dispatchers. They received dozens of 911 calls, and in the midst of all this chaos, helped direct our officers and assistants to the scene. And I'm also very proud of our citizens here in Chandler, because one of the first people to render aid to our officers that were down was a citizen inside the store. So we're especially proud of our community here in Chandler. And I am more than proud that I have I can say that I live and I work in a city that has a first-class fire department and a level 1 trauma center right down the street. Fire personnel, Chandler fire personnel arrived within minutes and provided advanced care, and they transported our officers to Chandler Regional, just less than 2 miles away. So I want to thank all our firefighters and really the amazing medical staff for providing the best possible care at the hospital. We are absolutely grateful. We are grateful beyond words for what you did for our officers this morning. And I want to thank the entire Chandler community and the entire region and Valley and really nationally. We've received just an outpouring of care and concern, and I just want to let people know that their prayers this morning made a difference. So thank you very much for that. At this point, I'd like to turn it over to our Mayor, Jay Chief Trainee, who would like to say a few words.
Thank you, Chief. First of all, myself and the council's thoughts and prayers are with the 2 officers and their families. I was able to stop by the hospital earlier today, so we're thinking of them. I do also, as the Chief did, want to thank the community of Chandler and actually everybody. We had, I was looking online and people from out of the state commenting on this. We thank our community for their support. And I want to thank the Chief and his command staff and all of the members of the Chandler Police Department for their actions today. They're truly a professional group. I want to thank Chief Dwiggins and the fire department also for their work on the scene. So these are reminders of how dangerous these jobs can be and how dangerous a routine call can be. But we're hopeful that everything's going to turn out okay. And again, just wanted to lend our support to the 2 officers and their families. Thank you.
If y'all would like, we can field questions individually with all of you, one-on-one. As I said, myself, Sergeant Mejia will be available for any additional questions that you may have. But just to reiterate, we really don't have any updates as to what I provided in my last update.
Okay, releasing the suspect information at this point, his name or age or?
Yes, the suspect has been identified as 24-year-old Mitchell Oakley. He has ties to the Chandler area, but we believe that he was a transient.
Was he a gentleman that's been a trouble at this particular Walmart before?
Well, I don't have any information if he's been in trouble, but I can tell you that he was, at least it was reported, that he was previously trespassed. So we don't know why he was previously trespassed. He had obviously had some contact before at the Walmart, so.
Can you elaborate on how he was trespassing? Was the store closed, or was he in an area where he shouldn't be?
Yeah, just something to make clear. When I tell you that he was previously trespassed, I'm not saying that he was trespassed this morning. Usually what happens, businesses, if somebody is disorderly, if somebody is arrested, what's very common is when officers are called, if there is enforcement action taken, so if there's an arrest made, a lot of times the protocol is to file out what's called, or excuse me, to fill out what's called a trespass form. So usually that individual will be trespassed by the store for a year, and then along with the enforcement itself. So we're going to go ahead and stop up here, and if you guys have individual questions for myself or Sergeant Mejia, we'll fill those. Thank you very much.